Welcome to my video presentation. I am Amelia Ko. I experienced a significant change within a group I am involved in the food and beverage industry, where I worked part-time during my semester break from July 2024 to August 2024. It was a new business in the food and beverage industry that was introduced to the city. This is me. This is Janice, the rookie HR manager. This is Danya. This is Aaron. This is Farah. This is Kira. I experienced a significant change in the shifting of procedures in this group. One of the members of the service crew, named Kira, pointed out that the business's management was outdated, and the teaching was indistinct. We were unclear about our roles as a service crew, as the service crew has many responsibilities. This has led to many mistakes occurring when we are working, and the customers' ratings are mostly bad reviews about the poor service. The evidence of clocking in and out was not completed, which was entirely dependent on our notes, which were taken down manually. This has affected our motivation to continue working here, as it will affect the salary given to us. Other than that, certain good supplies appeared unreliable when they were delivered to the store in faultless conditions, and asked to manually count the supplies, which would be recorded in our notes. These problems have caused concerns and decreased productivity and efficiency in the group. Kira decided to represent us to voice her opinion about the business's management to Janice. Luckily, Janice decided to ask us to voice out our dissatisfaction with her to help her improve as an HR rookie and enhance productivity to promote better collaboration between the group. The change I witnessed was that Janice produced solutions in a week to solve the problem. First and foremost, Janice introduced us to developing a clear scheme of a step-by-step plan outlining what needed to be done and who was responsible for it. She gave us instructions and explained to us that she had planned comprehensively. Dividing tasks among people who have proficiency in the area, instead of learning all the knowledge in this job, will allow them to make fewer mistakes and improve productivity in the group. She stated a sharp vision and purpose to us. As she observed that 4 of us had expertise in different areas, such as Danya and I were good at communicating with customers, she decided to let us take orders from customers and ensure that customers had a top-notch experience in the shop. As for Farah and Aaron, they are good at preparing dishes. She let them help with basic food preparation tasks such as plating and assembling dishes to ensure that the food and beverages can be delivered to them nicely and courteously, and ensure that the customer's satisfaction is reached. She also established a two-way communication between her and us so that we can ask questions and voice our opinions on these changes. Some members of the crew were satisfied with our assigned tasks, but Danya and Aaron still doubted the tasks assigned to them. Secondly, Janice introduced a recent technology system to record our clock in and clock out hours. She informed the management team about this problem and tried to persuade them with her solutions. They heard of our dissatisfaction and decided to buy a fingerprint time attendance machine to record our clock and hours accurately instead of manually taking notes by us. With this, job salary can be counted accurately to avoid arguments and dissatisfaction in the group. As all the employees are mostly Gen Z, we have adapted to this technological change very quickly. All the crew members were pleased with these changes, as they benefited us. Thirdly, Janice reported the supplies issue to the inventory manager. She suggested they change to a new supplier to avoid the faultless shape of good supplies. Kira took a picture of the damaged goods supplies as proof to the inventory manager. The inventory manager had been persuaded by this and decided to change to a new supplier. Moreover, the inventory manager decided to implement the use of Google Sheets to keep track of the number of supplies that had been sent by the supplier. With this, it will be able to avoid waste and costs and save time. All the members of the crew were delighted with these changes, as they will help to increase the customer's rating and give a good impression of the shop to the customers. All in all, the changes were successful due to the collaboration between the employees and Janice and the effective communication between Janice and the management team. Based on Lewin's change management model, the model consists of 3 stages: unfreeze, change, and refreeze. This model is still considered the essential or common approach to managing the organizational change process. In the unfreezing stage, the organization must understand the current circumstances. It is crucial to shake the organization out of its existing situation to prepare it for change. In my experience of organizational changes, Janice highlighted the challenges, such as outdated processes, undefined roles in a crew, and damaged supplies from suppliers. Later, she tried to restructure the operations to become more efficient. This shows that she has recognized the need for changes and determined what needs to change. After she came up with the solutions, she gave her idea to the management, and the management agreed with her solutions. Later, she briefed us about her solutions to the changes for us. This shows that she wants to communicate the reason for changes to the management in us, such as how the recent system will reduce errors and help in improving customer experience. The management also shows strong support for these changes to enhance a better experience for workers and customers. The second stage, change. This stage is essential for encouraging individuals, getting them to work for the change, and eventually getting them to the desired state. After Janice proposed the solutions, we tried to implement the new practices that she proposed. She also helps us to learn new concepts and opinions using digital tools. In this phase, new practices, systems, or performances are introduced. She also encourages us to give her feedback on these changes, such as creating a safe space for employees to share their experiences and suggest improvements or any new changes during this phase. It is a phase of amendment where people learn and adapt to the changes. Some of us agreed to adapt the recent changes, but some were not, as they were ambiguous about these changes. In this phase, we faced some challenges to help them adjust to the changes. The final stage, refreeze. Once the change has been implemented, it should be strengthened to ensure the organization can adapt and return to its pre-change form. Janice observed the intervention that had been made and was being implemented by us. She develops ways to ensure that the new changes are persistent over time. This phase is for stabilizing the changes that were implemented. The new practices must be implemented by the employees in their daily operations. Moreover, monitoring and reinforcement were crucial in this phase. Regularly evaluate the outcomes to ensure that the changes are reinforced and stabilized. After a week, the employees decided to change their mindset to adjust themselves to the changes. This has led to satisfaction among the customers and employees. The employees make fewer errors when doing their tasks and save more time by using digital tools to complete their tasks. The customers are satisfied with the product and service. Based on Kotter's 8-step model of change, it consists of 8 steps in the change processes, including creating a sense of urgency, building a powerful guiding coalition, developing a strategic vision, communicating the vision, removing obstacles and empowering employees for action, creating short-term wins, sustaining gains and strengthening change by anchoring change in the culture. It is a useful framework for implementing successful organizational changes. Janice identified and highlighted the challenges faced by the employees in the first stage, which is creating a sense of urgency. In the second stage, which is building powerful guiding coalitions, she requested the full assistance and participation of the employees and the management team, who are crucial to the change issue. In the third stage, she determined the essential values, outlining the goal and techniques for implementing a successful transition in the organization. In the fourth stage, she communicated her vision effectively and clearly to the people involved in the change process to ensure that they were convinced by her vision. She tried to remove the concerns from the employees and fully encouraged them to participate in implementing the change in the fifth stage. She continuously reviewed the employees resisting the change, then constantly motivated them by believing in her. This stage is crucial for the organizational change to ensure that the changes and structure are aligned with the overall organizational vision. Creating short-term wins early in the change process can give the organization a sense of victory to build momentum for the changes in the sixth stage. By examining each success individually and learning from each other, we can obtain constant development and reinforce the change in the organization in the seventh stage. In the last stage, it is crucial to ensure that the change is embedded into the organization's values and ensure it is a long-term success. Through this organizational change process, the changes were mostly experienced by us who worked as employees. Every employee goes through different experiences in this organizational change process. First, I thought positively that the changes could bring success to the organization. I felt that my work satisfaction has improved since the changes. It aligned with my values and goals when I first applied for this job. Not only that, but I also became more invested in this job, which made me more hardworking as I had more motivation to continue working. Successful changes will foster a greater spirit in the workplace. Based on Herzberg's two-factor theory, increased satisfaction can drive an employee's performance by motivating the employee. My positive responses helped me to feel optimistic, and I adjusted quickly to adapt to these changes. In contrast, some employees had an ambiguity about new roles and adapting to changes, which caused anxiety among them at first. They were scared that it would bring negative responses to the workplace. They were lacking enthusiasm at first. Janice saw that and decided to motivate them and give them a push about these changes. After a few days, they decided to try to get involved entirely in the changes. They adjusted to the new changes and got motivated to work by these changes. Based on the cognitive dissonance theory, something must change when there is a contradiction between attitudes or behaviors to exclude the dissonance. The conflicting beliefs experienced by them, which they fear negative outcomes that hold them to change, will make them feel frustrated as they try to resolve the gap between their existing attitude and the new reality. They try to align their beliefs with the changes by reconstructing their mindset to embrace the new changes. With their full involvement in the changes, they decided to change their attitudes and behaviors to implement these changes in their daily operations. All in all, the changes were effective in the organizations.